Let's go back to that picture for just a minute. Really, I'm Mr. Incredible. I'll be sure to get to that slide later. I'm with Lifewave. My name is Chuck Williams. Brendan Deary is the one who turned me on to Lifewave November 1st, 2023. Had no intention of doing this as a business. Had no intention of being over in front of you, sharing this with you. But we got such great results that we couldn't help but share this with other people. This is my beautiful wife, Erin, who supported me. We got married in 1981. For some of you probably weren't even born yet, but we've been married for 43 years. I'll be 44 in July. She's the love of my life. She's my best friend. I love doing life with her. We travel the world together. We just have a great time. This is my family. We've got 10 grandkids, 2 in the hopper. You see my wife in here. There's actually 2 that are photoshopped in there. If you can pick out who they are, you get a $100 gift card. Just kidding about that. But seriously, my oldest son Chaz, his wife Gina, they've given us 4 lovely children. Zeke, Emmett, Ella, Eliana, 1 in the hopper. My oldest daughter Hannah's married to John. They've given us 4 wonderful kids, Chance, Paxton, Don, and Lila. 1 in the hopper named Esther. And then we've got Jeff and Heather and Ethan. And we've got Jessica, Aaron, and Grace. You may wonder how I remember all their names. We pray for them every day by name. This is my father, Charlie Williams, Jeff's dad too. Not Jeff, Jim. He gets mad when I call him my own brother. I did not do that purposely. But I am the after model of his workplace. He's the before, as he mentioned earlier. Our dad is our hero. We grew up with a very unique man. He is actually known throughout the whole country as a disciple maker. If you look in the dictionary, that man is well known throughout the world. His last 7 years were brutal though. He died of dementia and Alzheimer's. It was horrible to see your hero lose his mind. And that's when Brendan shared this patch with me, stem cell activation. I'm like, for $100 a month, I will try it. So I've been patched, and hopefully all of you will eventually be patched because it does definitely work. How it works, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail today, but this man is a genius. He prays to God before he goes into his laboratory and he invents stuff. He's got now 200 patents. This is a little slide. They said 100, but he's got 200 patents. He's got one coming out with water that's going to just change the world. One of the patents already has changed the world. The company's going from 20 million a year in 2020 to 640 million in 2024. Amazing growth because this patch activates your dormant stem cells. Most people don't know this. Your doctor won't tell you because they probably don't know, but your stem cells go dormant. By the time you're 30, half of your stem cells are dormant. By the time you're 60, my wife and I are 64, 90 to 95% of your stem cells are dormant. What do stem cells do? Stem cells do everything your body needs. They create new cells. They create brain cells, heart cells. They create your skin. They rebuild your body, basically. Well, they're all dormant. What are they doing? They're allowing you to age and die. That's what they're doing. So this stem cell activation is an incredible invention. Many health professionals have said it's been the biggest health breakthrough in their entire career in the health industry. How does it work? It's phototherapy. It doesn't use the light from these lights of the sun. It uses my body's own light to reflect back to tell my brain to produce copper peptides. If you look up copper peptides, they're really good for you. Those copper peptides in turn create collagen within my body, and they also activate my dormant stem cells. That's why we now sleep better, we have more energy, mental clarity, my memory's better. It's amazing what this has done. Is it easy to wear? Absolutely. You stick it on. Those are the 2 places they did all their research, but you can put it anywhere. You notice I put it on my hand because when I'm talking to people, it's easy to show you my hand and the back of my neck. It works wherever you put it. It's patented. 2020, this product was patented, brought to market, as I mentioned earlier. When this came to market, the company was doing 20 million in sales after 16 years in business. Now they've done 640 million last year. That's a tremendous growth. We're predicting to $1 billion this year. The benefits, I left a card at each person's desk with these benefits. I'm not going to go into all the details. But for me, the biggest thing immediately was more energy, mental clarity. Man, mental clarity, when you're a business owner, you're doing a bunch of stuff, mental clarity is important. And I got mental clarity. The biggest thing for me though, was I went to a men's retreat. It was a spiritual boot camp where you go for 4 days and 3 nights. 27 men, I knew 3 of them before I went. At that boot camp, I remembered every single man's name. No name tags. Now, I don't know about you, but maybe you got a great memory, you do that naturally. That was not me before. This thing has helped my memory, and that's why I started patch in the first place. Immediate benefits within a few days, 4,000 new genes are reset. That's why some people are what we call one-patch wonders and get results right away. Some people it takes 90 days, but within 6 months, 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. And that's why I know it's that mental clarity, and that's why I started using the patch, and that's why I will use it the rest of my life. For $100 a month, is giving me life and vitality. There are not many 35-year-olds that keep up with a 64-year-old man. Diana played 10 games of pickleball yesterday after a full-body workout. Let's go back there one minute, because these are the next 2 important things. At 3 months, you start producing collagen from your own body. It produces more collagen than any product on the market, where you're taking it orally or topically. This product, because it triggers your brain to produce its own collagen, produces more than any other product. The big one is 6 months. Your heart actually begins to reverse age. So 6 months, your heart age actually reverses, and you start to have a healthier heart. Here's an example of a brain scan of an older woman. You can see the red there in that first picture when she started before the patch. As she goes just 6 weeks, her brain becomes balanced. So at $100 a month, 6 weeks, $150. Can you imagine that kind of results for only $150? Absolutely amazing. This is my friend Greg Warmbier. I'm gonna not do this for sake of time, but I'll send you this video. It's a minute long, but this guy is the one who turned Josh on to Lifewave, who then turned Brenton on, who turned me on. This guy has an incredible story. He was in a car accident in 2016. He hurt his neck, his back, and his shoulder. So from 2016 till a couple years ago, he was in constant pain. He takes this patch, and in 3 days, all 3 pain points are gone. Now again, I tell you, it doesn't always work that fast. I was telling Sean, sometimes it takes 90 days. But within 90 days, 97% of people get good results. Here's a lady, I was actually on a webinar. You can see her up here in this spot right here. That's her talking. That's the back of her head. You can see her hair started to go back as a result of this. Amazing. This next guy is one of my best friends, Pete Hamby, suffering with diabetes. The medication they were giving was killing him. He had neuropathy. You see the picture over here in January 2024. My wife and I had gone down to visit him in Oklahoma last part of 2023. He was dying, ladies and gentlemen. He was dying. He started using the patch. Now, he will tell you, he was already eating well and exercising, but the patch is what made the difference. He's now off his medication. He's back to normal. He's got 2 young children through a second marriage, and he credits me with saving his life. I didn't save his life. I just turned on the patch, and his whole body saved his life. There's a friend of mine, Marty. If you come to that Thursday night presentation, I invite you. He's normally there. He's 85 years old. He's got a list of 12 things this has done for him. It has literally given him his life back. The number one thing he's happy about, though, is he had prostate cancer and